So if you're looking for XRP on YouTube, you can see some YouTubers like Matthew Perry. He says he changed his mind on XRP and he's actually believing in it. And there's a lot of videos on XRP in general that people saying maybe it could reach $100. It could be the next coin. I'm selling my Bitcoin for these cryptos. Not a great idea. Depends, I mean, on what kind of coins you're buying, but $100 XRP. Just to give you a little bit of insight about XRP. XRP, with all the respect that it deserves, um, in 2018, it managed to reach $3, which was very temporarily. He went along with the boom cycle for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was rising and many other cryptos were rising back in the days in 2018. But ever since then, it fell and it never came back since. The biggest rise ever seen was in 2021. Afterwards, about $1.35, a little bit more, 47. That's it. And today it's about 63, 64 cents. And it's crazy that there's still investors that believing that XRP is going to be the next big thing. It's definitely not going to be the next big thing. If you want to bet on XRP, by all means go for it. But you're just note that some people who were holding XRP since 2018 were talking about XRP booming and XRP becoming the next big thing. And it's been already 5 and even more years since, because we're almost in 2024. It's the end of 2023, and XRP is not convincing. It's 64 cents. If you would be investing in Bitcoin, for instance, back in 2018, you would be making much more. So, not sure why people are pumping XRP, but this is definitely not a coin to invest in. It might go up again to $1, $1.50. It's difficult to see it rising any further since it's a centralized coin, okay, and it hasn't proven itself until now. And it has the same problem that Cardano has. Cardano and XRP, which are great coins, Cardano is less centralized. I mean, the more you hold Cardano, you have voting rights and other factors in Cardano, unlike XRP, which is really centralized. But Cardano doesn't have a blockchain of its own. So you can't send, for instance, Bitcoin on the Cardano blockchain because it doesn't provide it. That's the problem with Cardano. XRP is the same. It's instant. It's instant. It has very cheap fees, and that's about it. But the market has already proven that it doesn't look for coins that are just providing cheap fees and instant transactions. Even though it's great and it's widely adopted, that's not what the market is looking for in terms of value. You don't see a lot of investors buying it. Now, we spoke about Solana in our last video. Um, and in free crypto. So that's our last video. You can see here we spoke about the euro stablecoin, Euro C. Just like we have USDC here, which is $1, there's a new coin from Circle, the company that created this coin, and it's established on the Solana blockchain. And there's so many other companies that are adopting Solana. So that's giving a great push to Solana, but the price that we're seeing here, 72% in 7 days, that's becoming a little bit suspicious. Unless there's something more credible in the news, don't be surprised if it's falling down towards $85 again before it's rising up. But it's a gamble. If you believe in the Solana blockchain, feel free to invest in it. This is definitely how Solana has a much better potential than XRP, that's for sure. Solana has its own blockchain, so you can send currencies in its blockchain, just like Ethereum. And Ethereum seems to hit like a sort of a glass ceiling. What does it mean? It means that Ethereum is, by all means, it's has very expensive fees, and if you're trying to look for the fees now, you can see the Ethereum gas fees. You can see it on many sites, but let's take the biggest one. Etherscan is one of the top ones. So right now, if you want to send Ethereum with high priority, that's going to cost you almost $4 to process it within 30 seconds. And that's just Ethereum itself. If you want to send the Ethereum token, you can multiply it by 2. and that could be $7, $8 easily. So these are the fees with Ethereum, and it hasn't changed. Ethereum basically was taking advantage of the fact that it was the second top cryptocurrency out there, and it could charge as much fees as it wants because nobody could compete with it. So we finally see a competitor in the name of Solana that was just $13 when FTX crashed. And again, the whole incident with FTX, now that the US is getting involved with it, is only helping currencies like Solana, as well as the FTX token itself, which is $3.64. Back in the days, it was much less than that. So this is what about Solana. Again, if you like the risk, feel free to take it. But it feels like we had a bubble with Litecoin just about a year ago, and Litecoin was a bubble, and everybody said we're all going to invest in Litecoin. It's going to be the next best thing as well. And at the same, similar to the same price with Solana, it was almost $300 back in 2021, and again another bubble here towards the $251. And where is it today? $72. So unless we see more substantial things coming from the blockchain itself, from Solana, we might be in the same bubble that you've seen there. We 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 prefer it over XRP for sure, but we prefer also other investments, which we're going to talk about very shortly. Now, the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, which is responsible for the Bitcoin ETFs, he just mentioned that there's a lot too many frauds and bankruptcies with Bitcoin and the crypto as well. And he says that that's his view on the crypto industry. And that's the narrative why it matters, because he is responsible for regulating those cryptocurrencies. We see the US dealing with FTX right now, but we can see them doing something else. And in another story that you need to take into consideration, according to the Monthly Fool, the Fed will cut interest rates 6 times in 2024. That's according to Wall Street. That's what it means to stocks. So they hike interest rates at the fastest pace in history between March 22 and August 2023, and now they forecasting 6 times interest rate cuts. We don't see it like that. Definitely not. You see banks still offering 5.50% on CDs, which is also known as fixed deposits, but of course, if it's good for stocks and the stock market that crashed in 2022 because of the interest rate rises, um, you can see that they have listing all the stocks they want to pump here. So consider when Nvidia made the list on April 15, 2005. If you invested $1,000 into Nvidia at the time of when we suggested it, you would have made $300,000. That's great. Okay, you would multiply your value by 300 times. But crypto is doing it as well. You just need to find the ones who are doing it. Now, ask yourself, even if Solana is going to flip Ethereum, it could jump maybe 20 times, that's hypothetically speaking, to $2,000. And it's not going to happen overnight. There's definitely going to be ups and downs. And the whole thing with the interest rate cuts, the market seems to take extreme approaches towards what's going to happen. Just reminding you that Tether, the US dollar, was killing Bitcoin for so long. So finally we see a bull run, and we mentioned in our videos there are several coins that we liked, and the market seems to not pay attention too much to them like what we've seen. So one of them we spoke about was stocks. Stocks was, when we spoke about it the first time, was 60 cents. Now it's $1.55. Not a long time ago, it was even $1.20. Just when saying not a long time ago, we're talking about just a week ago. And now it's $1.55. The good thing about stocks is that it's paying interest in Bitcoin. So when you stake it, you get paid in Bitcoin, and that's the number one currency that everybody likes. So you get a combination of a currency that is less adopted, and and you're yielding the interest rate or the whatever you stake in Bitcoin. So that's one thing. And another one we mentioned, again, we less like it, but it's pretty also looking very, very interesting, is Say. Say is also another blockchain that is going to compete with Solana, and it's widely adopted in Asia, and many companies in Asia are actually working with it. So because of that, say has a lot of potential as well. We haven't found a real plausible solution for staking it right now. I mean, you can stake it in the exchanges, but it doesn't matter right now. It's still it's in infancy. So if you believe that this is going to become a, a well adopted blockchain, that could be pretty interesting. The next one is Terra Classic, Luna Classic. That depends on the extradition of the Quan to the US, which again not going to take place now, but we have several months to wait for it, and that could be interesting once it happens. Um, so these are the ones. Remember that Freematic, we have Freematic.com, and Polygon is also another currency. Polygon has its own blockchain, just like Solana. And Polygon right now is worth 90 cents. So you should ask yourself, what's the difference between Polygon and Solana? Why this one is being widely adopted and this one is not? And if you're looking at many websites, lots of websites adopted Polygon, Matic, and then why do we have this difference? So the short answer regarding Polygon is that it became too centralized. We saw a lot of involvement from the company who created it. You can read about it online. But when you don't have a decentralized product, then that's a problem. For instance, we ourselves were contacted by Polygon Matic regarding the free Matic a very long time ago, and this is something that a good company is not supposed to do because to put it in short version, when you put something centralized, the market is going to sense it. It's going to sense that somebody's controlling it. That's exactly the same reason why we never believe in Ripple. We don't believe in Ripple, and those guys on YouTube that telling you that they believe in Ripple, feel free to listen to them, but don't be surprised why you're not making any gains. You should put your money on the stock market already. That might be better, or in fixed deposits, if you believe that interest rates were not going down like massively like the market anticipates, and that's what we think as well. That's why we could see Bitcoin price going down toward the 30,000 as well, not only going up. Market never goes up in one direction. So that's Polygon. But Solana doesn't have this problem, so that's why it's a good thing about Solana. And Ethereum doesn't have this problem as well. You can run a lot of things on Ethereum. Again, fraudulent things. That's what the SEC is saying. A lot of many frauds and bankruptcies. That's a problem, but the free market needs to be free. When you don't make it free, that's what happened to the coin. Now, would Matic fix it the ways? Would they make it better? Maybe. If you believe they can do it, then you have a lot of potential here. It's less than $1. But at the moment, Solana seems to that the market likes it more. So the more it's decentralized, the better. So again, that's why if we had to choose, we would prefer stocks because of its relevancy to Bitcoin and say and Luna Classic. Luna Classic is also a currency that in the one hand doesn't have a lot of potential because it already crushed and everything, but we saw what happened to FTX. If the US would successfully extradite Do Kwon, the owner, the founder of Terra Classic, they would get a lot of things out of there. Then you're gonna see this one, it could skyrocket. And the market knows that it's not going to happen anytime soon, but you need to buy it in advance, not when it happens. After it happens, it's gonna be too late. So that's how market behaves normally. To give you opportunities, when the opportunities occur, then it's difficult to foresee exactly what day, when it's gonna happen. But it already had a small rise, so the market is sensing something. We believe that you should go with it. But again, there could be that other currencies would perform better. It's hard to say. There's so many options here. Well, we are talking about the currencies that we like the most and the ones that are still under the radar in our view. So that's all for now. That's in terms of crypto. We hope you like the video. If you like it, like, share, and subscribe. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for all of you, and hopefully gonna see you on the next one. Bye for now.